At the start of the drama, the male lead is shown, whose name is Park, who is sitting very comfortably on the school roof just to pass the time. But all the students and teachers think that he is about to commit suicide, so everyone tells him, "Come down." Park laughs seeing all this, thinking how foolish people are, so he intentionally doesn't get up from there. After this, we are shown the drama's female lead, whose name is Yoon. She also studies in the same school, but because the school's dismissal was delayed due to Park, she first comes out of the class on the pretext of going to the washroom, and then goes straight to the roof, approaches Park and asks, "Are you really going to commit suicide?" To this, Park tells her, "Oh no, I just came here to get some air because I'm sad about the injury on my leg, which means I can never play baseball again." Hearing this, Yoon first motivates Park, and then, just as Park, impressed by Yoon's words, agrees to go with her, Yoon pushes Park down. Park is very surprised by all this, but because preparations were already made below, he is saved. The police are very surprised to see her do this, so they arrest her and start taking her with them. Yoon runs to Park and asks for help because Park knew her intention was not to kill him. But Park sets a condition, "I will help you only if you become my girlfriend." Hearing this, Yoon is shocked because she had no idea that Park would propose to her in such a situation. Then, we see the story a full 12 years later, when in the present, Yeon has joined the military. Tai is a very good friend of hers in this line of work. Then, we are shown that sounds of someone dying are coming from a room. So, when a person goes to check that room, the person inside pulls him in, and then the sound of dying starts coming again. In the next scene, Park is shown, who has become a police officer. He comes to the same building with his partner, Jong, from where some sounds of dying were coming. As soon as they both go inside, they find the body of the same person who was pulled inside. Here, they both start looking for the weapon with which this person might have been killed, but instead of the weapon, they find the criminal himself, who is hidden under the bed. They both ask him, "Why did you kill him?" He replies, "I don't know. It all felt like a dream. I was just very thirsty." Then Park checks the person's teeth, and seeing them, he understands that he killed the other person by drinking his blood. Then Jong arrests that person. In the next scene, Yoon tells Tai how military personnel are being given free apartments on just two conditions. First, your points should be very high, and second, you should be married. So she says, "I wish I could get this apartment because I don't have my own house." Just then, they get a call from Park. He tells her about the recent case. The killer mentioned her team member Tom's name during the interrogation. He had given him some drugs, so you should talk to Tom. As soon as Yoon goes to meet Tom, she sees that Tom is eating another officer like a savage, and his eyes change. Seeing all this, Yoon is very shocked. She tells Tom, "Stop!" But when he doesn't, Yoon and Tae try to fight him. Then they threw him aside, but in the midst of this, Tom's nail scratches Yoon. So they quickly call another officer and lock Tom in the room. Yoon tells Park the whole matter and asks, "Did you know all this was going to happen that you sent me to check on Tom?" Hearing this, Park says, "I didn't intend to put you in danger." Just then, Yoon notices that Tom's nail has scratched her hand, and on the other side, there's the entry of Mr. Han, a man with his own private military who takes Tom and the other officer whom Tom had bitten. Then Mr. Han comes to Yoon and asks her to go with him, telling her, "Tom has been infected, meaning he has a disease that spreads by biting. And now, because you were with Tom a while ago, you will have to come with us for testing." Then Mr. Han comes to the police station to take the person whom Park had arrested. He tells Park, "This is a disease that spreads by biting. We are researching it." Park asks, "What is this green tablet?" The man we arrested was mentioning its name. Did he start feeling thirsty after eating that tablet? Mr. Han says, "There's nothing like that, but still, if you find anything like it, bring it to me." After Mr. Han leaves, Park comes back to the same building and checks again, and he finds the green tablet. He gives it to his friend and says, "Test this and tell me what it is." In the next scene, we are shown a very large research building, which is built in a quiet place and in which security is very tight. Mr. Han brings Yoon there and has her tested. Mr. Han tells Yoon everything about the infected people. After this, Yoon is given a room to rest, where she talks to Park on the call and tells him everything, how her checkup went, and how tight the security is here. Just then, they suddenly hear some strange noises, as if someone is trying to break a wall. So she starts peeking outside, where she sees that the entire building is filled with infected people. The next day, Park's friend has found out about the tablet. He says, "This was made during the corona time, but it was banned due to too many side effects." So Park tells him, "Track Yeon's location." On the other side, Yeon wakes up. Just then, a nurse comes to get her. They are going together when Yoon sees Tom and starts to go towards him. The nurse stops her, but Yoon quickly comes into the room and locks the door. She asks Tom, "Do you remember me?" Tom answers yes and says, "I don't know what happened to me yesterday. I was just very thirsty." Before Yoon can ask anything more, Tom becomes quiet and just starts saying, "I am very thirsty." The nurse shouts from outside, "Don't go close to him." But Yoon doesn't stop, and as soon as she gets near Tom, Tom changes his eyes, develops into a zombie, and tries to kill Yoon. Yoon tries hard to save herself when the military team comes in, gives an electric shock, and calms Tom down. Yoon is very scared seeing all this, and looking at the CCTV camera, she understands that Mr. Han is also watching all this. Finally, Park comes outside the research building, but he is not being allowed inside. So Park says, "Tell your leader that I have brought the green tablet." Only then is he allowed to go inside. Yoon angrily goes to Mr. Han and asks, "You intentionally showed me Tom because you knew I would definitely meet him?" He says, "Because Tom recognized his family. I wanted to see if he would attack you again or not." Yoon asks, "But why was the AC on there?" To this, he explains, "So that Tom feels less thirsty, and now his thirst will be quenched not by water but by blood. Anyway, your report has come back normal, so you can go home, but not to the military camp because you will have to come here for a checkup every week by showing this entry card. That's why I'm also getting you a few months' leave." Yoon asks, "Can you please also increase my points so that I can get the apartment?" To this, he says, "Okay," and hearing this, Yoon becomes happy. Then Mr. Han tells her, "Being married is also necessary to get an apartment, so it would be good if you plan your wedding." Hearing this, Yoon says, "Yes, I'll see," and then leaves from there. Outside, Park comes to her and asks, "Are you okay?" She says, "Yes." Then Park tells her to wait outside, goes to Mr. Han, and gives him the green medicine. Then he comes to Yoon, and she says to him, "Are you dating someone?" He says, "No." So she asks, "Then do you snore while sleeping?" To which Park again says, "No." Then Yoon directly proposes to Park for marriage. "Let's get married," which leaves Park shocked. He remembers the day in school when he proposed to Yoon to be his girlfriend, and Yoon had flatly refused, so in the present he says, "Hey, I was joking with you in school," but Yoon says, "But I'm not joking." Then they both talk further outside where Park says, "I know you want to marry me because of the apartment, right?" Then Yoon says, "It's not like that. I'm interested in you too. But if I get the apartment on this pretext, it would be good. So please become my fake husband." Then, with Yoon's insistence, Park agrees, because he still secretly likes Yoon. In the next scene, it is shown that the zombie virus is slowly spreading because there are some people who are secretly selling the drug, i.e., the green tablet, to the public. But Mr. Han doesn't tell the public anything about it for now. Instead, he looks at the condition inside a restaurant where a person turned into a zombie and killed many people. But in today's internet age, where does any news remain hidden? Meaning, someone made a video of the infected people and uploaded it on social media, which Tai also sees. Just then, Yoon comes to him. So Tai asks her about the whole matter. She tells him, "Mr. Han will try to cure Tom, and also that I have got a 6-month leave and many points. So we are easily getting the apartment by having a court marriage with Park." Hearing this, Tae congratulates Yoon, but somewhere he was very worried. And when he checked his neck in private, then it was revealed that along with Yoon, Tae was also scratched by the infected person's nail. So he is very worried. He says to Yoon, "I have heard that whoever goes to that research building never comes back alive." Then Yoon says, "No, nothing like that. Look, I have come back, and on top of that, I got points too." So Tai says, "Only you have come back from there?" Hearing this, Yoon feels very strange. In the next scene, Yoon finally comes to her apartment building, and she sees Park putting up a photo of the two of them from the day they first met on the wall. Because that day, Mr. Gong had clicked this photo. Park explains, "If the checking team comes, this proof will be enough that we are really husband and wife." But Yoon was surprised that Park had kept their photos so carefully until now. In the next scene, Yoon goes to distribute rice cakes to all the people in her building to get to know them, where she first meets a girl named Si-yeon, who takes the rice cake and closes the door. Then Yoon was going to the second floor to give rice cakes, but the door there was locked. Se-yeon explains that this door is always closed because the rich people living upstairs don't want the ground floor people to come up. Because all of us who got free apartments live on the ground floor, which Yoon didn't like at all, so she kicked the door open with force, stating, "Doing so is against the rules." So Se-yeon really likes Yoon's method. Then Yoon comes outside the apartment of a person named Mr. Buck, but no one opens the door there, which Yoon finds very strange. But just then, Mr. Buck's wife comes there and takes the rice cake from Yoon, who was quite rude, and then coming inside the house asks her husband, "Why weren't you opening the door?" Mr. Buck explains, "Actually, I was taking a shower." Just then, we are shown that Mr. Buck's wife, Minji, has the same green tablet drug that people are eating and turning into zombies, but now because Minji doesn't know about this, she eats it. In the next scene, Yoon returns to her apartment where she was making many plans, that we will put this here, we will put that there, because all this felt like a dream to her, that now she also has her own home. So at night while sleeping, she started saying, I always wanted my own home from the beginning, because I have lived in different rented places from the start, due to which my parents always used to fight too. So then I would quietly go and sleep in the van, but today I finally have my own space. And that's it. Then, while talking, she fell asleep right there. Park very lovingly covers her with a blanket. He is also very happy that he is finally living with the girl he has liked since his school days. But in the middle of the night, they both hear loud banging noises from the apartment above. Park says, I'll go talk to them, but Yoon refuses, saying, we'll talk in the morning. They both go to sleep. In the morning, Park goes to Mr. Han and asks, why did you take so many of Yoon's samples? Mr. Han replies, because of them, Yoon married me. Park asks, how so? He says, I gave Yoon extra points. That's why she married you. Park falls silent. Mr. Han says, you are quite intelligent, so I want to work with you. Now you have to find the source of the green tablets. He gives him Tom's mobile and says, you, pretending to be Tom, order all the medicine from that drug dealer. Park says, I don't have that much money. So Mr. Han gives him a bag full of money. On the other hand, Yoon is still hearing noises from the apartment above, so she goes upstairs to talk to Mr. Buck. Yoon complains about the noise in his apartment, saying, there are noises all night. Mr. Buck apologizes and says, it won't happen again, and closes the door. Yoon thinks, this man seems very strange to me. Then she goes to the gym for exercise, where the gym trainer, Yuk, gives her a form. But looking at her details, he says, according to the rules here, public renters do not have access here because all the other people pay for the expenses of the machines here. Yoon says, no problem, I'll exercise outside. On the other hand, Tae is very worried. He doesn't even pick up his wife's call and cuts his wrist. Then he calls Yoon and tells her, I also got scratched by Tom's nail that day, so please save me. I am very scared. Yoon goes to him and takes him to the research building and explains to him, don't be scared, everything will be fine. But when Jisoo sees his hand, she understands, this is not a nail wound, but she takes his skin sample. Tae asks, remove the handcuffs. So Jisoo opens one side of the handcuffs and locks him to a chair with the other side, then takes Yoon with her. Tae remembers the scene when a reporter told him, bring me pictures and videos of Mr. Han's lab and I will give you money. He had come here with Yoon for the money. In reality, he had a zombie's nail scratch on his neck. Jisoo again takes Yoon's blood. When Yoon gives her rice cakes, Jisoo gets emotional seeing them. Yoon and Jisoo go back to Tae, but Tae is missing. Jisoo goes and tells everyone else, and Yoon starts calling Tae and tells him, come back. He says, I have a family and I need money. I will earn money by telling the reporter everything. Jisoo tells Yoon, we have locked most of the patients in trucks. Meanwhile, Tae, hiding, reaches the place where the trucks are, and then goes inside one truck to look. Outside, soldiers see the truck shaking and think maybe we left it open, so they close the truck. Tae calls out to them, but then he gets a message from the reporter to make a video and send it. So Tae says, first send the money, then I'll give the video. Then he starts making the video. Just then, a zombie in the truck moves towards him, and hearing the noise, all the others also start moving towards him. Seeing this, Tae gets very scared. On the other side, Mr. Han and Park meet the truck driver who is the green tablet dealer. He asks them, where is Tom? Park beats him up badly and his companions too. Mr. Han asks him, where are the green tablets we ordered? He says, in the trunk of this car. But as Park opens the trunk, a zombie attacks him, so Mr. Han shoots and kills it. Just then, Jisoo calls Mr. Han and tells him about the problem at the lab. Mr. Han tells Park, let's go. Yoon is also there. Park is surprised. There, Yoon has not found Tae yet. She hears a ringtone from inside the truck, so she asks to open it. Zombies start coming out. Yoon risks her life to save Tae and goes into the truck where the zombies catch her. But Park pushes a soldier, opens the truck door, and saves Yoon. Tae also comes out with her. Tae has now become a zombie. Then, becoming normal, he says to Yoon, I regret my actions a lot, but I am very worried about my family. Yoon tells him, don't worry, Mr. Han will soon make a vaccine. Park and Mr. Han are planning a press conference. Yoon comes and says, you should tell everyone else about this so that everyone is ready. Mr. Han says, yes, I will tell everyone. When Yoon and Park are going back, Yoon is very sad. So Park applies medicine to her wound to ease her. Yoon says, I don't understand why this virus is catching everyone except me. Park says, because you are lucky, so don't think too much about it. Both come to the elevator where they meet Kim, who talks about his hoodie. Yoon says, I was busy, couldn't bring it, so Kim gets sad, which makes Park jealous seeing Yoon talking to Kim. Then, in the lift, Yoon meets Se-yeon's mother, who thanks Yoon for her good behavior towards her. Just then, Mr. Buck also enters the lift with a girl who is his girlfriend. Park sees blood on Mr. Buck's arm, which seems strange to him. In the next scene, Park sets up the laptop to talk to his mom who lives in America. Yoon is nervous that your mom might find out that we are not a happy couple. Park says, don't worry, mom has thought since school that I have a crush on you. Yoon asks, do I look good in this dress? He, fixing her hair, says, you look really pretty. Then they both sit comfortably and talk on the video call. Park's mom is very happy to see them both together. Then noises start coming from upstairs, so Park goes to Mr. Buck's apartment and talks to him. Mr. Buck says, my wife is not well, so she is throwing things around, and introduces his girlfriend as his wife's manager. She has come to take care of my wife, but she was very scared, seeing which Park understands that something is wrong. So he blocks the door with his foot and asks Mr. Buck for his wife's workplace address. Then when he comes to his apartment, Yoon asks, where will we go for our honeymoon? He says, wherever you say, we will go there. Hearing this, Yoon gets happy and then goes to sleep. On the other side, Mr. Han comes back to the same place where he had met those dealers. He goes to the truck where both of the dealers' friends have turned into zombies. The military takes them with them. Mr. Han takes the car, gets all the medicine from inside, and takes the dealer with him too. Se-yeon's daughter's surgery cost is high, so her parents are fighting over money, which Se-yeon doesn't like, so she comes to Yoon's apartment. On the other hand, Park calls Mr. Buck's wife's office, but finds out she hasn't come for many days, so he asks for Minji's manager's phone number. Meanwhile, Yoon is in her apartment, her mom calls her. She tells Yoon, turn on the TV, where the video sent by TAE to the reporter is being shown. Yoon's mom is worried for her, so Yoon tells her, I am far from all this, and cuts the call. After this, she checks the fridge, which is empty, so she goes to get groceries because she has a feeling that a lockdown is about to happen. So she buys as many things as possible. When she comes back, she meets Miss Own, who is the building president. She tells Yoon, I am angry with you for unlocking the upstairs door. Yoon says, it is necessary in an emergency so that if there is a fire downstairs, one can run upstairs. But she starts arguing with Yoon. Just then, Nahai makes an entry and supports Yoon. Miss Own says, you are also from public rental. Just then, a lady is distributing church cards there. She gives cards to all of them and asks them, come to the church. On the other hand, Park shows his ID to Mr. Buck's girlfriend and tells her, tell the truth. The girl gets scared. On the other hand, when Yoon comes home, she again hears noises from upstairs. So Yoon goes to Mr. Buck's apartment and says, how long will this go on? He again talks about his wife's health and starts to close the door. But seeing bloodstains on his sleeves, Yoon understands that something is wrong. So Yoon says, let me see. She starts looking for Minji everywhere. When she goes towards the washroom, Buck says, don't open the door because she has changed. Her eyes have also turned white. Hearing this, Yoon understands that she has become a zombie. She explains to Mr. Buck, don't worry, she's calm right now, so she has become normal. When she opens the door, Mr. Buck pushes her inside and locks the door. Yoon sees the zombie and hides behind the mirror. Minji starts coming towards Yoon, so Yoon locks herself in the shower area. She starts coming towards her, so Yoon goes around Minji's other side and opens the washroom door where Mr. Buck is calling the police and telling them about Minji. But then seeing Minji standing outside, he gets scared and runs away, with Minji following him. Yoon comes out and calls Park. As soon as she comes out, she sees the old lady who was distributing church papers downstairs has fallen. Mr. Buck runs towards Se-yeon's apartment. Se-yeon tells him, Uncle, no one is home, but he goes inside. When Se-yeon sees Minji, she is shocked. Minji moves towards Se-yeon, but just then Yoon also arrives, who very cleverly puts a pillow on Minji's face and throws her down, telling Se-yeon, run from there. But Minji was completely out of control. She was trying to bite Yoon. On the other side, Park has also arrived at the apartment. Seeing Minji attacking them, he takes off his jacket and tries to control Minji with it. Se-yeon was very scared, so Yoon hugs her and calms her down. Then, when they find out that Mr. Buck is also here, who had gone to that side, Park goes to Mr. Buck and punches him hard for putting Yoon and Se-yeon in danger. After a while, the medical team takes Minji with them, but Minji was being taken away in front of everyone, so everyone is shocked to see her condition because this was the first zombie case in the entire complex, about which everyone had only heard in the news until now. Then Park searches Mr. Buck's apartment where he finds blood on a hockey stick, so he keeps it with him. And then, when he goes to the washroom, there are bloodstains there too. And finally, Park also finds Minji's green tablet. Outside, Mrs. Owen asks a medical member, "What is going on?" So they explain, "This is the first infected case in the whole complex, so everyone has to follow the government's guidelines," meaning not to leave the house. Then all the ladies follow Yoon to go grocery shopping again, because everyone understood that a lockdown was about to happen. He was also shopping online there, but the delivery time being given was very long. Lawyer Gook had also bought and stored a lot of things, meaning almost the entire complex had found out about Minji's case, except for Miss Joshels, the church lady's son, who is a YouTuber who Miss Joshel tries to tell, but he doesn't listen to her. In the next scene, Mr. Han tells the public the mad person disease is real, and that white eyes and extreme thirst are its symptoms. At night, Yoon and Park go for a walk. Yoon says, "There is peace in the complex, but I am afraid that if the virus comes here too." Park says, "Miss Minji is gone, so nothing will happen now." Yoon asks how she got the green tablet. The next day, Park gives the tablet to Mr. Han and removes the blindfold from Miss Minji's eyes to look and says, "Why hasn't she become normal yet?" Then Mr. Han says, "She was already about to die because of the virus. She is alive for some time. As soon as she becomes normal, she will die." Then Park understands that Mr. Buck has killed them. On the other side, Mr. Buck was cleaning bloodstains from the washroom. Then Mr. Han goes to the dealer and asks, "Where all have you sold the tablets?" So he gets scared and tells everything. The next day, Jisoo calls and tells Park that Minji is dead. So Park takes an arrest warrant and goes to Mr. Buck's apartment. Mr. Buck starts pretending to cry hearing this, but inside he is happy. Seeing his act, Dong and Park are both surprised. Then Park goes and checks his washroom, which is clean. He comes out and says to Dr. Buck, "You have cleaned everything, but the hockey stick with which you killed your wife is with me." To which Dr. Buck says, "I used it for self-defense when she was attacking me as a zombie." To which Park says, "No. According to the report, Minji's death was caused by being hit with the hockey stick. She became a zombie later, which gave her some more time to live. I have checked your record in which it was found that Minji's money was going to you. That's why you did all this, and we also have a witness who is your girlfriend. She has accepted everything that you killed your own wife." There we see Mr. Han with his wife, who is pregnant, along with being infected. Their case is very serious. Then he says to Jisoo, "Now we have to do something." Then he goes straight to Yoon and tells her, "The truck driver has said that the green tablets were sold the most in the gyms here, saying that it causes weight loss. He did this so that people would get addicted to it and buy more of these tablets." Minji had also taken the tablet from him. Yoon says, "You should take all those people from here who have bought the green tablet." Mr. Han says, "Now there is no use because it's too late, so now we have to do something else." In the meantime, alarms go off and the complex is sealed. The military puts up fences everywhere and every path is blocked. Yoon says, "You should have informed everyone about this." To which he says, "If I had done that, everyone would have run away from here. If you want, I can take you, because after it's sealed, no one will go in and no one will be able to come out." Yoon says, "No, I will stay here. This is my home. Running away in difficult times is not my style." So Mr. Han leaves from there. Then it is shown that everyone is worried that they are not being allowed to meet their families. Yoon calls Park because she thinks he is at the police station. She tells him, "Don't worry too much about me, I am fine, and also tell my mom not to worry." But then Yoon sees Park right there because he had come to arrest Mr. Buku. She then hugs him and says, "Thank God you are with me. Otherwise I thought I was all alone." Park is shocked to see her do this. Just then, Mr. Buck sees the opportunity and runs away. So Yoon says, "Let him go," because the entire complex has been sealed. So Park is shocked to hear this. Meanwhile, Chul is yelling at his parents, "I had an important meeting, you didn't even wake me up." But when he takes the car to leave, he finds out that everything is sealed. On the other hand, we are shown the home cleaner couple, who are cleaning an empty apartment with whom their employee is also there, who keeps his face hidden. Meanwhile, Mr. Buck runs out and calls for help. Then Park comes and takes him away. On the other side, Na-hee, who is a writer, is doing her work. Just then, her brother comes to her apartment and says, "Keep my wife and children in the apartment too." But Na-hee does not agree. Then Mrs. Owen calls everyone for an urgent meeting, from which Na-hee finds out about the complex being sealed. It was also being told about it on TV. Seyun's mom was outside, so she is worried about her mom. So she calls her and says, "Don't worry, I will come to you very soon." They request Yoon and say, "You take care of her because she has a heart issue due to which she is very weak. We haven't been able to get her surgery done yet because of money." Yoon tells them, "I will take care of her." Just then, Seyeon also hears their conversation from inside the room and gets sad. Then, Yoon's mom also calls her and says, "Don't go out." So Yoon also assures them, "You don't worry, I am fine." Then Park catches Mr. Buck and locks him in his apartment. So their girlfriend says, "What will happen to me now?" because she can't go out either due to the complex being sealed. So Park says, "You come with me to the meeting, I will make arrangements for you." But she refuses, saying, "What will people think about me? I will stay here." So Park asks her, "Will you stay with Dr. Buck?" To which she says, "Yes." Then Park takes her and she makes a deal with Mr. Buck for money. "I will change my statement, you give me the money." So Dr. Buck also agrees. Lawyer Gook's wife tells him to go to the meeting, but Lawyer Gook says that I am not going because I am afraid of infection. So his wife says, "I can also get infected." So Lawyer Gook starts making excuses in front of his wife, so she leaves from there. Then the meeting scene is shown where Jisoo on a video call tells everyone the symptoms of mad person disease and how it spreads. Miss Own then guides everyone. No one needs to be afraid. Everyone is asking different questions, so Chul secretly records their video. Park says the lockdown is for 1 week, so you people don't worry too much. Then after the meeting, Yoon and Park meet the gym boy and show him the drug dealer's photo and ask him if you took the green tablet from him. "Have you also used that tablet?" He says, "No, I don't take any tablets." But Yoon gets an idea from the bottles lying in his dustbin that he might be infected, so they lock him in the room. On the other hand, the home cleaners are stuck in the building, so Park arranges for them to stay. Among them is one Andy, who always keeps his face hidden. Park is suspicious of him, so he asks for his ID, but his face is damaged in it. He explains, "I have a scar on my face that I don't like, so I hide my face." In the next scene, Park comes to Dr. Buck's apartment, and his girlfriend changes her statement, saying that she was scared last time, so she called him a murderer. He is innocent. Hearing this, Park is shocked. The next day, Jisoo brings some things for Yoon, and Yoon asks her for a military hoodie. Then, Yoon gives the hoodie to Kim. He's very happy to see it. Then, everyone is sitting on the roof eating food and enjoying themselves a lot. Then, Yoon and Park take food for the gym boy and go to his apartment. He is not there. They both look for him nearby but can't find him. Seeing blood outside the elevator, they understand that he has become a zombie and is coming down. Then both of them run downstairs, where an auntie opens the gate and takes them inside. Then they both start going to their apartment when a man covered in blood asks them to open the door. But just then, a zombie comes and takes him away, seeing which both of them are shocked. They also see zombies on the other side, which scares them all, meaning the whole complex is now infected. Andy is watching all this from the roof and is happy to see how people are killing each other and running in fear. Then we are shown the church lady who has a scratch, which she got when she bumped into Minji. Now she is also about to become a zombie. She asks her son, "Do infected people's heartbeats also get faster?" Actually, she doesn't know yet that she is also about to become a zombie. Her son says, "You're just feeling this way because of old age, so you should go and rest." We see that her son Chul does not respect his mom at all. Then Park seals the entire building from the inside as well, so that no zombie can come in. He asks everyone to come to the meeting in the evening. Park also shows Mrs. Own the zombie's handprint on the glass door and tells her, "A zombie came here and the whole complex is infected." But she doesn't believe Park. In the next scene, before the meeting, Park and Yoon thoroughly check all the doors of the building to see if any infected person has entered the building. But Yoon was surprised why no zombie was visible outside. Park explains, they have become normal now and are embarrassed about their actions yesterday. Then the meeting scene is shown where some people say that the people of the complex have become infected and turned into zombies, but Mrs. Own and Lawyer Gook do not believe them. They say, there is no such thing as a zombie, which causes a lot of argument there. Then everyone goes to their respective apartments. The home cleaning people had nothing to eat, so everyone gives them a little bit of food. But even while eating, Andy keeps his face hidden from everyone. In the next scene, we see Jisoo telling everyone in a meeting about the virus that it spreads by a zombie's bite or from green tablets. An officer there asks, "Have you found any antidote for it?" Mr. Han says, "Yes, work is underway to prepare its vaccine, but it will take time to make it. That's why a lockdown should be imposed in the whole of Korea. Otherwise, the whole of Korea will be infected in a month." Hearing this, everyone is shocked. Jisoo later asks Mr. Han, "Why did you lie there? We don't have any vaccine." He says, "If I hadn't done that, they would have ordered to kill the infected people right now, but we have to save all of them." In the next scene, the cleaning group had to go out to get food, so Park and Yoon come out with them. Chul also comes with them to make his YouTube video. They see some people outside who had become zombies yesterday, but now they are back in their normal form. On the other side, Mrs. Own is going to her apartment when a man from outside asks her, "Open the door." Mrs. Own sees the bandage on his neck and asks, "What is this?" He makes some excuse, but Mrs. Own notices that there is blood on his nails aisles, and he is repeatedly asking for water. Then, as soon as Mrs. Owen poured water down to check him, he quickly starts drinking it and then turns into a zombie. Seeing this, Mrs. Owen starts screaming. Now the people of the building had come to the supermarket to get food. Yoon and Park check the supermarket from all sides and they see a girl hiding, who was about to scream seeing them, when Park tells her to be quiet. Then those people quickly take the supplies and start to leave. Only Chul is risking his life to record videos of zombies for his channel, because he thought the whole zombie thing was just a joke. But when he sees the zombies in real life, he quickly starts running. Then these people quickly come out of the building. But Mrs. Owen, who is scared of seeing the zombies, therefore, she thinks they are also infected, so she doesn't open the door for them. They plead with her a lot. Then Se-yeon comes down with Mr. Gong, and she opens the door. After they all come inside, they lock the door. Then we see Chul, who is very happy that he has made a lot of videos today with which he will become very famous. Just then he remembers that he dropped his mobile outside, so he becomes sad. In the next scene, Lawyer Guk is shown, who still didn't believe in zombies. Just then, a zombie, who is normal at the moment, calls Lawyer Guk and asks him to come down, saying, "I need to talk about a case." So Lawyer Guk goes down, but his wife sees this and asks Yoon to help. Lawyer Guk sees the man near the gate, and he opens the door for him. The man was about to come in when Yoon comes and quickly starts closing the door. The man looks at Yoon angrily. Lawyer Guk is angry at Yoon that, "You scared away my client." So Yoon and Park show him the real zombie, whom they had locked inside the building. Seeing which, Lawyer Guk gets very scared. In the next scene, Chul is using his mom's mobile, in which he sees her picture and finds out, "My mom is also infected." Just then, the girl from the supermarket comes to him and says, "I know your mobile fell outside yesterday." Chul says, "If you bring it to me, I will give you money," for which she agrees. Then she goes out and starts looking for the mobile, which she finds. Just then, she is shocked to see a zombie standing next to her. Meanwhile, Yoon is talking to Kim, and he offers her, "Would you like to come to my apartment and have some snacks?" Yoon agrees. Chul quickly gets the girl inside, but a zombie still comes and attacks. Nahi, who was with her brother, hears the noise and checks the stairs, but no one was there. Just then, a zombie bites Nahi's brother and takes him away. Nahi is shocked and quickly runs towards the gym and locks herself in, where an infected man was already locked. Seeing him worried, she asks, "What happened? If there is a problem, unlock me. I will go out and see." So Nahi unlocks him, but he comes out and after drinking a lot of water, he says, "What should I do? My thirst is not being quenched." So Nahi quickly starts running from there, because she realized that the man had also become a zombie. Meanwhile, Park asks Se-yeon about Yoon, and she tells him that she has gone to Kim's apartment. Hearing this, Park gets worried, because he thinks Kim is infected. So he quickly comes outside Kim's apartment, and as he goes to open the door, he says, "I know you also used to use the green tablet." Hearing this, Kim gets angry. Then, after coming inside, Park looks for Yoon everywhere and sees Yoon eating snacks in one place, so he is relieved. Kim says, "Are you happy now?" Park apologizes to him. Kim then says, "She is your wife, so I am forgiving you." Kim then gives Yoon a lot of snacks. Now Se-yeon was alone at home. Just then, a zombie comes to the door, but Se-yeon doesn't unlock the door. Just then, Yoon and Park also come there. They ask him, "How did you get inside?" He says, "The main door was open, so I came in, but I didn't bite anyone." Yoon says, "Before lying, at least clean your face, there is blood on your face." Then Park, seeing the bat, shoos him away. Then Yoon, telling Se-yeon to stay there, checks the main door, which was indeed open. So she throws the zombie out and locks the door. Then the man whom Na-hee had released attacks Park, with whom Park fights a lot. Yoon also helps him to control him somehow, but when he is not controlled, Mr. Han comes there and shoots him with a gun. Seeing this, Yoon gets very angry at Mr. Han because she also had a gun but she didn't want to kill him. Mr. Han explains, "Now they have no other solution than to kill the zombies." Then Mr. Han tells Yoon in private, "The situation outside is also very bad, so the lockdown might have to be extended. So you come out with us." But Yoon does not agree to leave her family. So Mr. Han gives her an unconsciousness injection and starts to take her with him. When Park finds out about this, he runs towards Mr. Han's car because he thinks Mr. Han is going to do something bad to Yoon. So he climbs on Mr. Han's car and points a gun at him. Yoon had also regained consciousness. She also puts a gun to Mr. Han's head. Mr. Han says, "How can you regain consciousness after such a strong injection?" Yoon says, "Because I am very strong." Then Mr. Han tells them both, "We have found the antibody for which we need Yoon's blood sample. We just want to test if a vaccine can be made from her blood." Yoon agrees to this and gives her blood sample, after which they both go inside the building. At night, Na-hee gets a video call from her brother who tells her, "I am fine, but if I don't survive, take care of my family." Hearing this, she starts crying. Just then, the lights of the entire complex go out. Then Na-hee takes a torch and comes down to meet her brother, who is happy to see his sister. But Na-hee is sad to see her brother's condition. She hides her brother in an empty apartment, but Yoon and Park find out about this. But Na-hee's brother's condition is fine, so they both give him permission to stay there, for which Na-hee thanks Yoon and Park. The next day, we see that everyone has placed buckets on the roof to collect rainwater because, due to the lack of electricity, they were facing a water problem. Then the days pass like this. Today was the day the lockdown was supposed to end. Everyone is very happy, but then it is announced that the lockdown has been extended, which makes everyone sad. Meanwhile, Chol was at his home when he hears noises from his mom's room, which makes him understand that she has become a zombie, so he comes down and tells everyone else about this. Chol's dad says, "No one will take my wife out of the building. I will lock her in the room and take care of her." But Chol was now scared to stay in his house, so he takes his belongings and comes to the cleaning department, who, seeing his belongings, keep him with them, but due to lack of space, they kick out the cleaning lady. As she is leaving, Andy asks her, "Where will you live now?" She says, "I will live in the basement." So, Andy gives her an apple. In the next scene, Mr. Gong sees a wound on Yun's hand and asks, "How did you get this?" She says, "I got it because of my colleague Tom, but it's fine now, no need to worry." But Gong gets scared of Yun too, thinking she's also infected. On the other side, Dr. Book brings Mrs. Own to the apartment where Na-hee's brother was hiding and tells them, "Open the door." Mrs. Own screams upon seeing Na-hee's brother. On the roof, Yoon and Park are spending time together. Park is about to confess his feelings to Yoon when Dr. Book and Mrs. Own come there and ask why a zombie is being hidden. Na-hee's brother apologizes to everyone, saying, "I haven't killed anyone." So Park and Yoon, by requesting Mrs. Own, lock Na-hee's brother in the gym. Then they come out and Mr. Gong comes and says Yoon is also infected, so she should be locked up. Then Yoon starts to cut her hand to show everyone that she is not infected, but Park doesn't let her do it. He cuts his own hand and makes everyone smell his blood to find out who is a zombie. Yoon does not react to the blood, but the girl from the supermarket turns into a zombie, whom Park and Yoon quickly control. Then they set up a tent for her on the roof, because the same girl didn't want to live in the basement. After this, Mr. Gong apologizes to Yoon and Park for suspecting Yoon of being infected. So Yoon forgives them and tells them to let them know next time if there is any problem. Then, coming home, Yoon scolds Park. "Why did you cut your hand to prove me innocent? I feel so bad that so much of your blood was wasted because of me." Park says, "I won't do it again." Then we see Mrs. Own's husband. He has also been infected by the green tablet. He sees Park's spilled blood on the ground and starts licking it. Mrs. Own sees him like this and locks herself in the room. But he had lost control, so he goes downstairs, where Mr. Book sees him and locks himself in. But his girlfriend, who was with the lawyer, gets trapped. Just then, Yoon comes and saves them. She tries to control Mrs. Own's husband. He was about to bite Yoon when Park cuts his hand and attracts him towards himself. Then a fight starts between them. So Yoon and Park try to calm him down and come out and say that he is now under control. But they didn't know about Dr. Book being in that room, who removes the cloth from Mrs. Own's husband's face, and he turns into a zombie and comes towards them. Dr. Book hides on the side, and he falls down from the window, which causes Mrs. Own's husband's death. Dr. Book is very happy to have done this. Later, when everyone finds out about this, Mrs. Own sees her husband's dead body and says to Yoon and Park, "This happened because of you two." But when Park checks that room, he sees Dr. Book, from which he understands that he did this. He says, "I didn't do anything." There, Mr. Han is shown with his wife, and he is very worried seeing them because he doesn't think his wife or their baby will survive now. But just then, Jisoo tells him, "We have found an antibody in Yoon's blood," so he becomes happy. Then we see Park in the washroom. He had gotten a scratch on his body while controlling Mrs. Own's husband. In the next scene, we see everyone is outside Kim's house because he has left the house, so everyone wants to use his things. Yoon comes inside and sees that he was not in the house. There was a letter there in which it was written, "I have been infected, so I am leaving the building. Distribute my food supplies among everyone else." Reading this, the building people become happy because they only cared about the food, but Yoon and Park were surprised that the man who never came out of his house, how could he suddenly leave his house? So they both start looking for Kim in the building. There they find Dr. Book's girlfriend with Lawyer Gook, who are having an affair. Yoon asks Lawyer Gook, "Does your wife know about this?" Just then, the dead body of the cleaning lady is found in an apartment, which shocks everyone. Dr. Buck gets sad seeing his girlfriend with the lawyer, and Lawyer Gook's wife is also shocked to see this. The food that Chol gets from Kim's house, he leaves outside his parents' house, rings the bell, and leaves from there because he is worried about his parents. When his dad comes out and sees the supplies, he realizes that Chol must have left them. Meanwhile, Na-hee has come to her brother, who is missing his family a lot. Just then, Andy comes there and brings a lot of food and gives it to Na-hee, saying, "You helped last time, so now I am helping you. In the next scene, we see that Se-yeon's health deteriorates because she is about to have surgery, so Yoon and Park are both worried seeing this. Then Park goes from the roof to check the other building, and seeing bloodstains there, he understands that the condition there is not good either. Then he calls Mr. Han and requests, "Get Yoon and Se-yeon out of the building." Mr. Han asks, "And what about you?" He says, "Now someone has to stay at home, so I will stay here." From which Mr. Han understands. Park is also infected. In the next scene, Yoon comes with Park to find Kim near his house because they think Kim must be hiding somewhere in the house. They are both looking inside the house when Jisoo tells Yoon, "We have found out something about Andy. The one living in your building is not the real Andy, but someone else. The real Andy is dead." Hearing this, Yoon is shocked. After this, after a lot of searching, Park finds a dead body, which is Kim's. He brings Yoon and tells her about it. Meanwhile, Mr. Gong is at home with Se-yeon when lawyer Gook tells them, "Open the door quickly because Kim has been found. He is behind me, so let me in." As soon as they open the door, Andy comes and grabs him by the throat and stabs him to death, during which a shot is also fired. Park and Yoon hear the gunshot and run downstairs to find the building residents standing there with their bags because they only cared about the food they would get from Yoon's apartment. Dr. Buck says, "Go inside, there's a surprise for you." So, as soon as Yoon goes inside with Park, there is blood everywhere. Mr. Gong is in an injured state. Se-yeon is crying badly because Andy has forcibly made her sit with him. Yoon asks, "Who are you?" Andy now takes off the mask from his face, which has no scar on it. Actually, he is a very big killer who was living with the building residents hiding his face. He says, "I am taking Se-yeon with me. For now, you all look at Mr. Gong and then come to the gym for a meeting." He then comes out and everyone is shocked to see his face. No one can believe that we were living with a killer for so many days. Yoon and Park bandage Mr. Gong, but his condition is bad. Park can't control himself seeing the blood, so he comes to the washroom where Mr. Han calls him and tells him that there is an antibody in Yoon's blood, so bring her out safely. On the other side, Andy, who is still in Yoon's apartment, tells how he has murdered people. He also murdered the real Andy because he needed someone's identity. Then when he got stuck in the building due to the infection, he started killing people for food. He also tells, "I was the one who murdered the cleaning lady." Then he says, "I went to Kim's house one day, he wasn't opening the door, so I lied about Se-yeon's ill health, and he opened the door. Then I killed him too because his house had the most food supplies." Hearing all this, Park and Yoon are shocked. Then when they come down, Andy says, "There is a switch in the other building which, when opened, will bring back light and water, which Yoon and Park will both go and open, otherwise I will kill Se-yeon." Hearing this, Na-hee says, "Do you even know that opening that switch will make a lot of noise, which will also attract zombies this way?" Andy goes to Na-hee and tries to kill her. So Yoon says, "Don't do that, we will go and open the switch." So he lets Na-hee go. Then Chol says to Yoon and Park, "I will also go with you." But coming to the door, they both refuse to take him with them because it is very dangerous outside, so Chul says, "Then I will stay in my car because I won't go back to them now." Then Yoon and Park come to the other building and turn on the switch, but it starts making a lot of noise, so as soon as Yoon and Park come out, zombies start coming towards them. So they both run at full speed. Then they both come to the other building. Meanwhile, Chul, who is in his car, is also attacked by zombies, which scares him. Now, in the building, Dr. Guk and Mrs. Own ask Andy, "Is your plan to kill Yoon and Park as soon as they return?" Andy replies, "Yes, Mrs. Own wanted the same thing because she thought her husband died because of Park." On the other side, Na-hee tells her brother about Andy, and Na-hee's brother is shocked. Then we see Park and Yoon in the elevator. Park tells her, "An antibody has been found in your blood, so I want to get you and Se-yeon out of the building." Just then, as the elevator opens, all the zombies start coming at them. Park stops them with all his strength. As Yoon is about to pull Park inside, she sees a scratch mark on his body and thinks he is infected, but Yoon still pulls him inside the elevator. Park stops her from coming near him. He says, "My heartbeat gets faster when you come close." But Yoon says, "No matter what happens, I can't stay away from you because I love you." She then hugs Park. After this, they both get the girl from the supermarket to open the door for them to go to their building. On the other side, Dr. Buck finds out that his girlfriend was trying to hack his laptop. Before he could do anything, his girlfriend attacks him from behind with a stick, which makes him faint, and then she takes a picture of the tattoo on his waist because that was the password to his ID. Then Yoon takes Se-yeon from Gook's apartment. Park has brought Mr. Gong, so Yoon asks lawyer Gook's wife, "Will you also come with us because we are going out?" So she also gets into the elevator and takes off her wedding ring and throws it towards Gook. Meanwhile, Andy, who is waiting for Park and Yoon, sees the elevator going up and understands that something is wrong. So so he starts to go up. Just then, the cleaning man attacks Andy because he didn't want Andy to kill anyone else, but Andy stabs him and injures him. On the other side, Yoon and Park are about to go from the roof to the other building. Just then, Andy also arrives there. He starts to shoot Yoon, so Park opens the gas pump, which gives them time to run. Still, Andy's bullet hits Park. Yoon is very shocked. Park says, "You guys go, I won't come with you." Then he tells Yoon, "I have been very happy with you from the start. Thanks for coming into my life." Just then, Andy again fires a bullet at Park. Yoon tells him, "I'll be right back," and leaves with everyone else. Meanwhile, Park gives Andy the keys and says, "Do you want this?" As soon as Andy comes close, Park drops the keys from top to bottom. So Andy points the gun at Park, but Park doesn't care. So Andy asks, "How are you so relaxed?" Just then, Park faces him. He has become a zombie. Seeing this, Andy gets scared and falls. Park bites Andy. On the other side, Yoon puts everyone in the car. But as soon as the car starts, zombies start chasing them. Just then, the door opens from the front, which Mr. Han had opened. The main road is also open for them. Now Yoon asks Mr. Han, "Give me a gun to help Park." But Mr. Han gives Yoon an unconsciousness injection, which shocks her. Everyone else is also taken out of the car. When Yoon regains consciousness, she is in the research building. Mr. Han tells her, "Rest." But Yoon says, "I have to go save Park." Mr. Han says, "Many people need you, so don't leave from here." She says, "Park is the most important to me." Then Mr. Han takes her to his wife. He tells her about his wife's condition. Her delivery time is near, so we have no time at all. "My wife can only be saved by your plasma, so help me." Yoon agrees, but on this condition, "But you will get me out of here." Then Yoon comes to her room and sees Park's mobile, which Park had told Mr. Han to give her. In it, Park tells her his feelings in a video. "I love you very much and I didn't marry you for the apartment, but to be with you because I have liked you from the beginning." Hearing this, Yoon starts crying. Then while giving blood, Yoon is also watching Park's video. Just then, she sees Se-yeon leaving, who says, "I am going to meet my mom." Actually, Se-yeon's mom had been infected. She is very happy to meet them, but Yoon forbids her from staying with her mom. Se-yeon's mom says, "I am perfectly fine. Take care of yourself because today is your surgery." Se-yeon promises her mom, "You must come to see me after my surgery." As Se-yeon leaves, she thanks Yoon and tells her, "Leave too." Now, she couldn't control herself from developing into a zombie. Coming out, Yoon sends Se-yeon for surgery and says, "Me and Park are with you." So Se-yeon goes for surgery. On the other side, Mr. Han asks Lawyer Guk's wife about all the infected people, who all are infected there. When Mr. Han was with his wife, Yoon comes to meet them and asks about Se-yeon's mother's recovery. He says, "No, she had controlled herself only to meet her daughter until now. But now she won't be able to control herself for many more days, which is why we will have to send her in the truck too." Hearing this, Yoon gets even sadder. Mr. Han shows them 2 vaccine injections that were made from Yoon's blood, saying, "I am keeping one and giving the other to you. Use it thoughtfully. In a little while, seniors will be coming to get you so that the medicine can be made." So Yoon asks, "Are you breaking your promise?" Mr. Han says, "No, I never break my promise. This is a military uniform which you can wear to get out of here, and my car is in the parking lot below, inside which you will find the card to enter the building." So Yoon becomes happy. Just then, the commander is seen approaching, whom Yoon crosses very easily. Mr. Han gives that injection to his wife. The commander tries to stop them, but they don't stop. As soon as the injection is fully administered, a change is seen in Mr. Han's wife. Mr. Han then surrenders himself, and Yoon goes and gives the other injection to Se-yeon's mother, to which Mr. Han says, "What have you done?" She says, "Park has me," but Se-yeon only has her mother. Then Jisoo, giving her the uniform, says, "Punch me and leave so that I can say that you ran away from here." So Yoon punches her lightly, and then Jisoo goes and tells everyone that Yoon has run away. Maybe she is fleeing Korea, to which Mr. Han says, "No, she is going to get her husband from the building." Mr. Han says, "We can also make a vaccine from the blood of another person in the building, so let me go." The commander agrees. Yoon shows the card and goes into the building and looks for Park. On the other side, Na-hee and her brother are worried about people leaving the complex and muster the courage to go out themselves. Just then, they see Yoon and take her inside. Yoon comes in and asks about Park, if he is okay, so they both become silent. Then the story is shown from the past, that is, when Park bit Andy and Andy fell down, which Miss Own, standing at the door, saw. Park sees her and then returns to his normal state and leaves. Then Miss Own comes to Andy and starts to snatch the gun from him, but he is alive, so she can't do it. On the other side, Na-hee sees Park going towards the apartment in an injured state and then goes to him and asks if you are okay. On the other side, Dr. Buck has fallen down after being hit on the head by his girlfriend, and she is trying to understand the tattoo with Lawyer Guk to steal Dr. Buck's money. In the meantime, Mr. Book regains consciousness and eats the green tablet that was in his wife's belongings. In the meantime, there is a bell at the door where the cleaning couple's wife has come to ask for help because a lot of blood is coming out of her husband's hand after being stabbed by Andy, but they refuse to help. Just then, Mr. Book bites his girlfriend's arm, so the cleaning lady runs away from there. On the other side, Park regains consciousness, and Neo-hee and her brother are sitting there. Then Park starts to go out, but they both don't let him go out, but Park says, "I bit Andy, so he must have become a zombie too, so it is very important for me to find him." So Park goes to Mr. Book's apartment and tells them about Andy being infected and tells them to avoid him. Then Mr. Book says, "I am not scared. I am a zombie myself." Then Park says, "You are not a zombie." When Park finds out the cleaning couple is also here, he tells Mr. Book to treat them. He refuses. Park comes to Chul's apartment and meets his dad, who says, "Chul hasn't come home yet. If you find him, tell him everything is fine here so he can come back." Hearing this, Park agrees, and then tells them about Andy too. When these three come near the lift, they see Miss Own looking crazy, so Park tells them, "Stay home too," and tells them about Andy. So she says, "I have killed Andy, he is not alive anymore." And here, the story comes back to the same scene where Andy had grabbed Miss Own's hand, then Miss Own had brutally killed Andy. But when Park goes to the roof to see Andy's body, it wasn't there. So Park understands that he is alive. So then Park comes to Chul's car, and seeing the blood, he says, maybe Chul is also infected now. And then Park sends him to his parents, saying, "If you stay with them, you will recover quickly." His dad cries a lot seeing his condition, and then takes him inside the house. On the other side, Dr. Book's girlfriend does not apply medicine to Lawyer Gook's wound, nor does she care for him. So he remembers his wife and how much she used to care for him. In the next scene, the cleaning couple has taken over Dr. Book's house. When Park goes to ask them, the lady says, "First, Dr. Book tried to kill us, so we kicked him out of the house." Dr. Book tells Park they are lying, but Park doesn't believe him because he has been lying from the beginning. That's why Park believes the cleaning lady's story. He takes Dr. Buck to lock him in the basement. Dr. Buck says, "Give me my laptop, then I'll go." So Park gets him his laptop, then leaves him in the basement and goes away. Just then, his girlfriend comes there to get his laptop, and Dr. Buck grabs her hand. Mrs. Own also comes there and says, "I will help you. First, help me kill Park." Dr. Buck agrees. Meanwhile, the cleaning lady and her husband are taking out and looking at Dr. Buck's wife's jewelry. They say, "We will take this with us." On the other side, Park comes to his apartment and tells Neo-hee and her brother to go to their apartment too. "I will stay here now." After they leave, Park cleans the apartment, and then looking at his and Yoon's photo, he says, "I miss you so much." Then we see Yoon, who is listening to all this from Na-hee and her brother. She says, "So Park is waiting for me in the apartment," and then happily starts going to her apartment. She also tells Na-hee and her brother the lockdown is going to end very soon. Meanwhile, we see Park, who is waiting for Yoon. Just then, he hears some noises from outside. He goes out and sees that Dr. Book has caught his girlfriend. Mrs. Own tells Dr. Book, "Kill all the normal people and then blame it on the infected people." Park says, "You people are actually infected." Dr. Buck cuts his girlfriend and throws her towards Park so that Park turns into a zombie from her blood. But Park hits Dr. Buck with his bat and tells his girlfriend, "Run down the stairs." He himself goes into his apartment and puts a cloth on his face so that he doesn't become a zombie. But due to the blood on his hand, his eyes start to change and he becomes a zombie. Now Yoon has also arrived there, on whom Mrs. Own attacks, but she says, "I have come to save you all," so she calms down. On the other side, Dr. Buck, who is calling Park outside, starts acting like a zombie seeing Yoon. So Yoon kicks him hard and throws him down. Then she comes to Park, who is not removing the cloth from his face. So Yoon explains to him, "You told me that a home is made with those we love. Now I want to be with you forever because I love you." Park looks at Yoon in surprise because he can't believe Yoon has come to him. Then Yoon kisses him, which makes him normal, and he is very happy to hear Yoon's confession. In the next scene, we see Jisoo and Mr. Han, who are coming to help Park and Yoon. Meanwhile, Lawyer Gook does not open the door for Dr. Buck's girlfriend and is apologizing to his wife. But his wife doesn't forgive him, so he opens the door for Dr. Buck's girlfriend, who has brought Dr. Buck's laptop. Then after logging in, they find out that all of Dr. Buck's shares have gone into loss. Seeing this, their plan flops. Meanwhile, we see Chul, who is with his parents, where his dad has tied his wife on one side and his son on the other. Just then, they find out from the news that the market shares have fallen due to the lockdown in Korea. Then the military team arrives to rescue them, whom Mr. Han has brought. Meanwhile, Na-hee's brother says, "I didn't bite anyone, nor do I feel thirsty." Na-hee also confirms her brother's statement. So Mr. Han looks at Na-hee's brother's mark and then calls someone and says, "We have found the person whose blood has the antibody, so I am sending him." Then the military breaks down the door of Dr. Book's apartment because the cleaning couple is not ready to come out, but the military people take them out. Then coming out, Park looks at the apartment where Kim's body is. He says, "We should put Kim's body in his apartment." But as soon as they open that apartment, they see Andy there who points a gun at Park. A fight breaks out between them. When the shot is fired, Yoon arrives there and sees that Andy has Park at gunpoint. Andy calls Yoon to him so he can drink her blood. Park tells Yoon to leave, but Yoon shoots herself in the hand, causing her blood to flow. Seeing this, Andy loses control and becomes a zombie. When Andy comes to attack Yoon, Park shoots him. Then Yoon comes to Park because his condition is serious, and when he faints, Yoon screams loudly. After this, we are shown a scene 1 year later, where Yoon's friend Tai is seen, who is now fine. On the other side, Dr. Book and Mrs. Own are in court because they had committed many bad deeds during the lockdown, so a case is running against them. Then we see Yoon's complex, which has become normal as before. Se-yeon comes running to her from there because she has also recovered after surgery. Then Park is shown, who is completely fine. They walk together. Yoon remembers the time when they were stuck in the lockdown, so Park says, "That was a very hard time." Yoon asks, "When did you start liking me?" Park explains, "When I saw you for the first time on the school roof and heard your motivational words, then I understood that you were in my destiny." Yoon says, "Really?" Park says, "What do you think? Why did I join the police?" Yoon says, "Because of me." Park says, "Yes, otherwise I would have gone to America to my mom, but I just couldn't forget you, so I always stayed with you as a friend." Hearing this, Yoon becomes very happy, and then the drama ends right here.